boots, hat on my head. The sun was high, my list was long, but fate don't care what aisle you're on. Saw the fruit stand ripe and bright, reached for a banana, then saw the light. Her hand met mine, that yellow glow, and time just stopped like a rodeo. She grabbed my hand, not the fruit, smiled like sin in Sunday boots, said, "Oh my stars, I'm sorry, mate." I said, "No worries, this feels like fate." Then I dropped the thing like a lovesick fool. We both reached down and broke the rule, strangers in a grocery land. Now I dream about her banana hands. She laughed all blush and dimples deep, said, "You can have it, it's yours to keep." But I fumbled words and nearly tripped, like my tongue took off and my brain just skipped. Then ran the bend, her mate did storm, looking at me like I'd broke the norm. Said, "Josh is waiting in the car." She blushed and stepped back far. She grabbed my hand, not the fruit, smiled like sin in Sunday boots, said, "Oh my stars, I'm sorry, mate." I said, "No worries, this feels like fate." Then I dropped the thing like a lovesick fool. We both reached down and broke the rule of strangers in a grocery land. Now I dream of her banana hands. Now I walk that aisle once a week, hoping fate might sneak a peek. Got a cart full of maybe-sos and a heart full of where'd she go. She grabbed my hand, not the fruit, left me standing in my boots, said it's fine and walked away. But I still feel that touch today. Yeah, I dropped the thing like a lovesick fool, still reaching down like it's some old rule in the lonely produce stands. Still dreaming of her banana hands. You wore that hat, but girl, your heart ain't country like that. You said my ute was just too slow, and I was stuck with nothing to show. You wanted filters, fame, and flash, while I was hauling feed and taking out the trash. Said your cowboy life won't pay the rent. I said this cowboy don't need to reinvent. Now it's hillocks and heartache, dust on my pride. She's off to chase the neon while I ride. Tried to love her, but she needed shine, and dumped a rusted frame on a dirt road line. She wants a man who can buy the sky, but I'm just a cowboy telling truth, not a lie, so I let her go at the red clay break. Now it's just me and my high looks and heartache. Called me lazy, said dream bigger, babe, but I got calloused hands and bills I've paid. Tried to turn me into her next post while I was building fences coast to coast. She scrolled right past the life we had, said she needed more than a guy like Dad. I ain't no trophy, but I'm solid and true. She needed followers, I needed blue. Now it's hillocks and heartache, dust on my pride. She's off to chase the neon I ride. Tried to love her, but she needed shine. I'm just rusted frame on a dirt road line. She wants a man who can buy the sky, but I'm just a cowboy telling truth, not a lie, so I let her go at the red clay break. Now it's just me and my hell looks and heartache. I'd have built her a porch and a forever view, but she traded sunsets for TikTok blues. It's hillocks and heartache, still running rough. Old girl's got miles, but she's built tough. I ain't the man she thought she'd make, but I'm the man she'll miss, make no mistake. So here's to the love that just couldn't take me heart full of ache. Out in the paddock on a sunburned mare, cracks in the earth, silence in the air. 100 days without a drop to bless, but I saddle up, still give my best. The sky's a canvas burnt and bare, my hands are cracked, my soul stripped bare. And I wonder if there's more than this, like a bed that's warm, a goodnight kiss. When the rain rolls in, I'll lift my face, feel the mercy, feel the grace. Maybe she'll come just like the storm, soft and wild, real and warm. Been alone in this life I chose, but I still believe in love that grows. When the rain rolls in, maybe she will too, and I'll love her like a cowboy would do. All screens and shallow praise, but I chase sunrises not online, where likes mean more than looking in eyes, and truth gets lost in filtered skies. Where have the real hearts gone to hide? The ones that ride slow, not those who slide. I ain't got much, but I've got pride, and a soul still open, arms still wide. When the rain rolls in, I'll lift my face, feel the mercy, feel the grace. Maybe she'll come just like the storm, soft and wild, real and warm. Been alone in this life I chose, but I still believe in love that grows. When the rain rolls in, maybe she will too, and I'll love her like a cowboy would do. I'd trade these lonely nights for one true dance with a woman who'd give this cowboy a chance. Not to change the world, just share the view of fields in bloom and skies turn blue. When the rain rolls in, I'll say a prayer that she's out there breathing the same air. Maybe she'll come with the thunder's hum when the waiting's over and the right one comes. And I'll hold her close and she'll see it's true. I'll love her like a cowboy was born to do. All scattered too, like smoke trails in a sky too blue. When laughter echoed through the trees and a stubby shared brought quiet ease. We'd sit around that fire at night, pick guitars under the satellite light. We'd dare and joke, raise dusty cheers, and trade our stories through the years. Campfire ghosts, they still flicker and fade in the cracks of this life we made. Voices of kin and boots worn thin echo in the wind I'm standing in. I miss the sweat, the smiles, the songs, where being yourself was never wrong. I close my eyes and there they toast, the laughter lives in campfire ghosts. Used to walk the paddocks with my old man, sun on our backs, tools in our hands. We worked the soil and earned our bread, came home tired, hearts full instead. Neighbors waved, we'd yarn for hours, a handshake back then held real power. Strangers felt like kin you knew, now we scroll past what once rang true. Campfire ghosts, they still flicker and fade in the cracks of this life we made. Voices of kin and boots worn thin echo in the wind close my eyes and there they toast. The laughter lives in campfire ghosts. Maybe the past ain't gone for good. It's hiding in coals and splintered wood. Maybe the world just needs a spark to bring the warmth back into the dark. Campfire ghosts, come dance again around this fire like old best friends. Raise a glass to roots that stay and the ones who built the yesterdays. I'll sing till morning silence boasts of family love and campfire ghosts. Mixed combi was wheezing, burning in the sun. Fan belt gone, his dash lit up like a B&S run. Gary the Gallo was cussing at the trucks, and Mick was half hung over low on luck. Rolled into a servo where time moves slow, ordered bacon roll, and what the hell do I know? She poured his coffee with a look that bites. Sal had eyes like dusk and a voice like nights. 2 steps from Long Reach, stuck in between a swag man's heart and a small town dream. The road says go, but she makes him stay with a bacon roll and a sideways gaze. He's lived life moving, never looking back, but now it's 2 steps from unpacking his pack. You're 2 steps from running, 2 steps from staying. Open mic night, Mick hit the stage, drunk on rum and poetic rage. Read about Amos and the Great Divide, but Sal just laughed with a tear in her eye. Gary got loose in the bakery next door, left crumbs, chaos, and a parrot war. And somehow Mick stayed another night, swapping stars for a porch light's light. 2 steps from Long Ridge, tied to a choice between silence of roads or the sound of her voice. The combi groans, but the kettle sings, and he's dreaming of more than just rambling things. The map says leave, but the dog won't bark. It's feeling like home in this servo car park. You're 2 steps from running, 2 steps from staying. Second-hand bed and a sign on the wall that just says no regrets. He's always gone, but never gone far, till he met a woman who raised the bar. 2 steps from Long Ridge, holding his breath like a bush poet called mid-step for death. He could fire the van right into the blue. He's tired of nothing and ready for true, so he turns round slow with a smile half grinning, 'cause 2 steps from staying sure feels like winning. I got the magpie season blues. Of all the days I left the gun, just one old stick, nowhere to run. Out stringing fence, feeling just fine, till I heard that war cry up the line. There she was, the black and white brute. I bombed my hat and stole my fruit. She's got no chill, no grace, no shame, and every year she plays the same damn game. I got the magpie season blues, ducking, swearing in my worn out shoes, swooping low with a psycho grin, like she's waiting just to strike again. I call her Maggie, yeah, she knows my route, waits till I pass, then knocks me out. No helmet, no pride, just bruises and news, surviving spring with the magpie season blues.
jukebox. Wave my arms like a mad old fox. But Maggie's slick, she's got that glide, and I swear she flips me off mid-ride. My poor old horse won't leave the gate. He's had enough of this feathery hate, and every swoop's a brutal dare. She's in the trees, laughing in the air. I got the magpie season blues, ducking, swearing in my worn-out shoes, swooping low with a psycho grin, like she's waiting just to strike again. I call her Maggie, yeah, she knows my route, waits till I pass, then knocks me out. No helmet, no pride, just bruises and news, surviving spring with the magpie season blues. She's got time and she's got flair. She don't care if you're bald or got hair. Every morning I say a prayer, but she's still there, just lurking in the air. Magpie season blues, they don't end quick. One wild bird and a nervous tick. If you see me sprinting through the bush, it ain't fitting this, I'm dodging the ambush. So here's to Maggie, the queen of doom, the reason I wear a bucket on Zoom. She's a legend of the skies, the high-flying ruse, and I've got the lifelong magpie season blues.
Pull up a stool, the jukebox hums. There ain't much news, but the gossip runs. From the corner booth to the smoke-stained bar, truth rides low in a busted jar. They lean in close and sip real slow, say don't tell a soul, but you already know. 'Cause in this town, it's the oldest dance, whispered secrets in a sideways glance. Whispers at the roadhouse, spilling like beer. What you think is private's public round here. Everybody's hushing, but nobody hides. They just pass it round like Friday night lights. You can't outrun it, no matter how far. Your life's in the jukebox, etched on that bar. Ain't no confession that don't find its root. And whispers at the roadhouse, what's in always gets out. Old man Joe says she ran off with Ted, but he tells it softer with a nod of his head. Young Tom's got a tattoo he hides with pride, but every bloke in town knows what's inside. They say it's a secret, like we all forgot, but a secret in this town's the loudest shot. It's the town's own soap without the screen, told between rounds and busted dreams. Whispers at the roadhouse, spilling like beer. What you think is private's public round here. Everybody's hushing, but nobody hides. They just pass it round like Friday night lights. You can't outrun it, no matter how far. Your life's in the jukebox, etched on that bar. There ain't no confession that don't find its route. And whispers at the roadhouse,
house, what's in always gets out. So raise a glass and take your turn in a town where the gossip burns. Laugh it off or join the game. Next week it'll be someone else's name. Whispers at the roadhouse, keeping score in a town where the back room knows the lore. What's unspoken still rings loud between every drink and every crowd. So if you got secrets, best write them down. They'll end up singing round this town. Yeah, the truth don't stay quiet, not here anyhow. Just whispers at the roadhouse, spilling out now.
It was hotter than sand in McGinty shed. Lanolin thick sweat dripped like lead. The walls were rattling, the dogs were barking, and Basil the ram was silently larking. He dodged the muster more than once, smart as a whip, thick as a dust. But this year they nabbed him, brought him in tight, and Basil, well, he was ready to fight. Oh, Basil the breakaway, he don't share, he don't stay. One busted horn, a rebel's frown. He tore that sharing shed down with a leap and a crash and a woolly roar. He took a love lunch in the radio floor, in a puff of dust and a flash of fleece. Basil bolted, and he didn't say please. Now young Jimmy was sweet on Ellie Mae, the boss's girl with a smile like hay. He held a mop like a sheepish bouquet, about to confess in a wool fluff ballet. But Basil saw freedom, horns held high, like a fleece-covered demon shooting for the sky. Over the gate, through the scones and jam, turned that shed into a flaming exam. Yep, Basil the breakaway took half the mob on a getaway. The radio screamed, Slim Dusty died. Ellie laughed till she near cried. Jimmy Dove on bass, trying to impress, ended up thistled and woolly in distress. But love bloomed in the bramble spray, thanks to Basil the breakaway. Found him later, cheeky as sin, munching jocks off the hill's hoist spin. Ellie kissed Jimmy, called him her clown, and Basil's still a legend round this town. Basil the breakaway still gets laughs to this day. A ram a ride of this old tale of love, lanolin, and a dusty trail. If you ever shear near McGinty's line, mind the gate and you're underlined. Jacko's hands are rough as fence wire twists. 60 years of sunburned fists. A churchless man with a callous creed finds his faith in shade and need. He's chased the horizon mile by mile, never preached but walked with style. Now he's rolling slow on a rib back track with Bluey by his side and the past on his back. And he says, thanks for the rain when I needed it, for the shade when I didn't know I was burning, for the quiet dawns and the dog I trust, for holding me up when it all felt dust. No hymns, no pews, just stars and men. That's how you say a back road amen.
lives out by a red clay bluff. No signal, no fuss, he's had enough. Pitches the swag, cracks one more tin, watches the Milky Way start to spin. There's no choir but the bush nights hum, no sermon but the beat of a heart gone numb. Just a whisper to the dirt he's known, thanks for giving me a place to call home. Thanks for the rain when I needed it, for the shade when I didn't know I was burning, for the windmills groaning blue east bark, for the firelight flickers and the kangaroo dark. No robes, no saints, no amen man, just a swag man's soul and a back road amen. There's grace in silence, truth in dust, and prayers don't need gold, just a little trust. He ain't holy, but he's whole in the end, with the sky above and one good friend. Thanks for the rain when I needed it, for the peace when I couldn't keep running, for every fence I fixed just to mend my own, for every night I didn't feel alone. No cathedral, no preacher's pen, just one man, the land, and a back road amen.
Camped out by a dry bed creek, no signal, no sound, just the wind's soft speak. The fire's low, the night's rolled in, and I'm not waiting for the storm again. The fights, the runs, the broken calls, the roadhouse car parks and swinging walls, they're all behind me, ghosts in the haze. But I needed the storm to clear the maze. When the dust settles and the fire burns low, you find what matters in the still wind's flow. Not a finish line, not a curtain call, just peace in the silence after it all. I ain't perfect, but I ain't running, just grounded now with the truth coming. Maybe not home, but I'm finally home. And back, I chase things that never loved me back, but the miles, the cracks, they shape my stride, and I learned not all scars should hide. I thought I needed more than me, but solitude's a key that sets you free. No one left to chase, no mask to wear, just red dirt, grace, and desert air. When the dust settles and the fire burns low, you find what matters in the still wind's flow. Not a finish line, not a curtain call, just peace in the silence after it all. I ain't perfect, but I ain't running, just grounded now with the truth coming. Maybe not home, but I'm finally home. There's strength in stopping, not just in speed. There's gold in quiet, not just in need. And maybe the silence ain't lonely, it's mine, my kind of him. And now back time. When the dust settles and all goes still, and you're sitting alone on a sun-baked hill, there's no applause, no stage, no fight, just a man, his past, and the stars tonight. I ain't perfect, but I've learned this song. When the dust settles, you were strong all